You're still in my comments frothing at the mouth about men pretending to be trans as some massive threat, but you're dead silent on the actual predators. So let's talk numbers. The data I'm about to present can be found on whoismakingnews.com. This is a summary of 10,885 cases of SA collected from February 10th of 2023 to May 23rd of 2024. Out of the 10,885 offenders in this database, here's who actually is committing these crimes. 1 drag queen, 5 transgender people, 846 religious figures, 576 ordained clergy, 89 politicians, 301 police officers, 807 family members, and 1,088 family friends. That's right, the group committing these crimes, the vast majority of them, religious leaders, cops, family members, and your friends. The same people you probably trust without question. Let's zoom in on the politicians for a minute. As you can see here in this graph, of the 89 offenders, 67.4% of them are Republicans. That's a pretty significant percentage, don't you think? Now let's talk about actual risk. What are the odds of being assaulted by a trans person? Well, there are about 4,173,388 trans adults in the U.S., and there were 5 reported cases in this span of a year. Your chances? 1 in 834,678. You have a higher chance of winning the lottery than being assaulted by a trans person. Anyway, let's compare that to some of the people we trust. Now, I don't necessarily trust politicians, but there are about 519,682 of them in the U.S., and there were reported 89 offenders. Your chances? 1 in 5,839. And yet, no one is banning politicians from the bathrooms. Police officers? There are 669,288 officers in the U.S. 300 of them were offenders between 2023 and 2024. Your chances? 1 in 2,194. Are you sure you want to call the cops now? Teachers. There are 3.2 million in the U.S. 539 were offenders between 2023 and 2024. Your chances? 1 in 5,937. I mean, should we be banning schools? Drag queens? There are about 6,100 in the U.S., and there was 1 offender in 2023 to 2024. Your chances? 1 in 6,100. That means they are the most overhyped threat in history. Ordained clergy. There are 600,000 of them. Of that, there were 576 offenders for that year. Your chances? 1 in 1,038. Church employees. There are roughly 1,456,715 of them. Of that number, 846 were offenders. Your chance? 1 in 1,722. And yet we're still sending kids to church and youth groups. So let's recap. Based on the actual data, your chances of being assaulted by a trans person, 1 in 834,678. By a politician, 1 in 5,839. By a cop, 1 in 2,194. By a church leader, 1 in 1,038. You're not calling for background checks on politicians before they enter a public restroom. You're not demanding police officers be banned from fucking locker rooms. You're not screaming about pastors and priests having access to children, even though they have some of the worst numbers out there. Your so-called concern isn't about protecting anyone. It's just another excuse to demonize trans people. And if you actually cared about stopping predators, you'd be looking in the fucking mirror and asking why you're giving the real threats a free pass.